Hello crafters, I'm JanB and I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator. I don't have a fancy fold for you today, I have a technique and I'm calling the technique iris folding with ribbons. It's something I haven't done for a very long time, but it's one of those things that I really do like. Now this is the first one that I have done for years and it's not right from the point of view that where the crossover is there with the ribbons, that should be in the centre directly under the body, but I'm going to correct that on the video. I have made another card. That one's from the Butterfly Brilliance, which is on it's on pre-release at the moment, and as you probably know, I am absolutely bowled over by that set. This is the other card that I've made, and this is just using a flower. I will put all the ingredients that I've used on this in the box below the video, just in case you want to make this one. And there will be photographs of this on my blog as well. Okay, so you can see where the ribbons cross over. It's like a herringbone pattern. I am using a lot of artistic license by calling this iris folding, but there's nothing wrong with any of your techniques or anything that you do with card making. So I've got some glue there. Anyway, I'm going to start off by telling you the card pieces that you need. I am going to do another butterfly, but I'm not going to use the biggest one like this because I found it a struggle because this is so close to the edge here. Now, it's going to be really quite interesting doing this card with you because when I was playing about with doing this, I didn't have any fingernails on and it was really easy. But now that I have got my fingernails on, I don't know how this is going to go. Okay, so I'm going to start off with the card pieces that you're going to be needing. My colour I'm using is going to be Bumblebee, and these are my standard card sizes. So this is 8 1/4 inches by 5 3/4 inches, scored and folded in half at 4 1/8 inches. And then you will need what I call middle pieces, and you will need 2 of those in Whisper White, and they should measure 3 7/8 inches by 5 1/2 inches. And then for my top layer, I'm going to use DSP, and I'm going to use this as my top layer on the inside as well because it's certainly light enough for you to either stamp a sentiment on that or to write a greeting on it. So I've got one inside, one outside, and they measure 3 3/4 inches by 5 3/8 inches. I've also got another piece of Whisper White because I put a backing onto where I've done the butterfly with the ribbons, and it's all showing on the back there. I put another piece there as extra security to keep the ribbons in place. You will also need scraps of Bumblebee and Whisper White. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to adhere this piece onto my Whisper White piece, and I'm going to bring my silicone mat. That is what is meant to stop me getting glue on my work surface. The Designer Series paper is from Butterfly Bijou, which is the butterfly paper that goes with the Butterfly Brilliance, but this paper is only available until the I think it's 3rd of May, and the Butterfly Brilliance stamp set and the Butterfly Wings dies, they are on pre-release from the new catalogue that will go live on 4th of May. Yes, I think that's okay. Right, now before I start die cutting that one, I'm going to do this. On the inside of this card, what I did was I stamped one of the butterflies and coloured that in. So I'm going to do that now because I want this to dry just a little bit because I'm going to die cut it. In fact, I didn't do glue all over. That one's going on the inside. When you do this top one, you need to put some, or at least I advise you to put some glue all over because you're going to be die cutting something in the middle there. And with the flower one, I actually put the flower on the inside of my card. I'll show you that. Okay, so that holds that in place. But I need glue all over there. Oh no, that's the wrong size. Oh, you're using the wrong piece of top layer. Oh. I thought I'll put right top layer on it so I don't get them muddled up. And of course I face it downwards. There we go. So that's the one that I am going to die cut. So I'm going to write there, die cut. Leave that one that side. So with the butterfly that I'm going to colour, this is a Butterfly Brilliance stamp set, and this is all one stamp. I've actually ordered a second stamp set so that I can cut these into individuals. So what I have inside here are little bags where I've already die cut lots of the butterflies, stamped them and die cut them. And I've also got here these ones. I have just die cut them with the large die. Let me just show you the dies that come with this. Okay, so that is one die there, and it cuts out all of those. And the reason I've got those is because if I want to colour these and put them on the front of my card, I don't like where I've coloured it with stamping blends where the colours bleed through. So I adhere one of these plain white ones on the back once I've coloured it. Okay, so I've got those ones. I've got a lot here that I've die cut using vellum. These are some that I've already coloured. And this is from a sheet of the Designer Series paper, which you can put the large die on there and cut them all out. Okay, let me just show you this. Okay, so it will die cut all of those. The other dies here are aside to sell you the thing, are these here. So that one will die cut like a little brick wall out of your cardstock, but you could equally use those as well if you wanted to. That's a design for you, and this one actually cuts out holes as well. So that's one of the stamp sets. No, oops, part of the stamp set. You get 12 dies in all, so you get those and you get all of these. Okay, so it dies cuts all those 6 and those, and these 6 are the same as the 6 here, same size, same shape, same designs. Okay, it's an absolutely brilliant set. As I say, I am really totally bowled over by it, and that I keep as a template just in case. Not sure just in case what, but if what happens, I've got them. Right, so what I'm going to use is I'm going to take one of those, and I'm going to take one of the small ones, and I'm going to adhere it on the inside. Let's see if I've got one of the small ones. Oh, there we go, there's the small one. I've actually bent the wings on that. Let's see if I've got another one. If I haven't, then I'm not going to worry about it, I will use that. Yeah, okay, I'll use that one. Oh, there it is. Don't know how I managed to get past that. So there we go. There's also a stamp which is called, I believe, Many Messages. And again, it is one stamp. It's got lots and lots of different messages on it, and it has one die that'll die cut all the messages at the same time, so that you can keep them in little packets like that, and you're ready to go when you want a sentiment. Right, the colours I'm going to be using here, I'm going to use a dark So Saffron, and I think I'm using the light Calypso Coral. Not quite sure yet, but they are the colours that are in here. It should be Bumblebee, but we don't have Bumblebee, do we? She says, looking around. No, we don't. Okay, so I'm just going to colour this, and as you can see, there's lots of black dark areas here, which is brilliant for guiding you for the shaded areas. And it's those shaded areas where I'm going to be going over with the Calypso Coral. Right, and I've forgotten to do the body again. I used the dark smoky slate to colour the body in. And if you saw a previous video where I was using this set, you will have heard me say that I'm amazed at the detail that there is in these bodies. They're not just like straight lines. There's that one. I wonder if I can reach. Where's Smoky Slate? There we go. Let's just do his body. I'm not going to do his eyes. Leave those open for him. There we go. And this is the light Calypso Coral. So I'm just going to go over the black bits. And I'm going right up to the corners. The edge rather, not the corners. Now this looks as if it's going to blend in with the paper nicely. And there's dark bits up against the body there, coming down here. And that one there. That one there. Okay, so just give that a couple of minutes. The sentiment is from Fancy Phrases, and it's that one there. So I might as well, because that's got to be die cut, and I might as well try and aim to get the Big Shot dealt with all in one go. So this is my scrap paper. Yep, it is. And what colour shall I do this in? Oh, not that. That's what we need. These are the sort of colours I'm using, and gold. Let's use Calypso Coral. Ink. There we go. There we go, that comes up really beautiful. So I don't need that again. So that's for my Big Shot. Not that one, this one's for my Big Shot. And a scrap of that. Let me just refresh my memory. Yes. Oh, I said I'd show you the flower in here, didn't I? So the flower that I've used there is the die cut from there. And then I die cut that from the set of dies. As I say, I will put all the names of the ingredients for that one in the box below. So, dies for the sentiment. I'm using No. 2 die from the Stitched Shapes Ovals. That's for the actual sentiment. And I'm going to layer it, ooh, clumsy. I'm going to layer it on a scalloped oval, which is from the Layering Ovals, and this is No. 3. So that's my big shot as well. Big shot, big shot. Now the butterfly that I'm thinking about using was that one there. So let me have a look, see what it compares. Oh, it's quite a bit smaller, isn't it? Yes, definitely going to use this one. Right, so there's that. Let's move that one out of the way. Move these out of the way. And bring my big shot over. So first of all, that is for my scalloped circle. So that's okay there. I'm going to remove my little reminder because we are going to finish up with a nice die cut butterfly, and I certainly don't want pencil marks all over it. So I just want to think about where I want this. I'm not doing that first, I'm doing this one first. Calypso Coral, and I'm putting it onto that. Maybe I should have done that with Bumblebee. Well, we'll have a look, see what this looks like. There we go. I'm not going to think about the colour for that until I've actually made my butterfly, because then I can pop this on the top and see what it actually looks like. Okay, so that can stay there. That's a scrap of paper. Now this is the one for my butterfly, and I have found that it cuts through 2 layers brilliantly. Let's try and make sure it's flying straight. There we go. Let's move those out of the way. There we go. I think that's all right. And it's certainly gone through there all right. Oh, come on, don't lose one of your antenna. I think I'm going to try and snip that with a pair of scissors. I don't really want to try and line this up again and run it through. As much as I would like to put this butterfly inside my card. That's it, you're nearly off. Come on, let go. Oh, that's it. Okay, so that's that. That should be good. And then we've got this, which I don't think I'm going to try separating right now. Right, I'll come back to that one. That is all I needed, wasn't it? So if I just leave that like that, I can come back to that. Right, now the fun begins. What I recommend with this is you choose what ribbons you have that go with your cardstock, okay? I am going to be using this gold, and I do prefer to use shiny ribbons, okay? You don't have to. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm taking my pencil, because I want to make sure that the crossover comes down the centre and not off centre like I did with that one. I am going to line this up. Okay, so I'm making sure that that is lined up with that line there. I'm going to make sure that that looks about the same all the way through. So that dark line there is my guide. So I'm going to put a pencil mark there and a pencil mark there. Now when I was working with this earlier, it was easy just to keep moving it back into place. Whether that's okay with fingernails or not, I don't know. I'm just going to undo a little bit, and I am going to use Tombow for snail for this. If you've got sealed, that will work brilliantly, or you can use normal tape, adhesive tape, sellotape type thing, but it does mean keep stopping cutting it and putting little bits on. So what I do is I just put some snail all the way round. Now I can see that I've gone too close to the edge there, and I should have used my silicone sheet. So just check, I don't know whether you can see that. Yes, you can see how the snail is coming through. You can see the edges there. I'm just going to make sure that that disappears. There's another piece there. It's not a good idea to go so close to the edge like that, but it does make it that you can get away with using shorter pieces of ribbon. Now, with the butterfly, you need to start with the highest bits, which are these pieces here. The first one I did those pieces, but then once I'd done the antenna, I had to go back to do these, so it meant that the herringbone was overlapping one way from here and then another way down here, which you don't want. So this is the highest point. Make sure you've got this stays lined up, and I am going to line up. How did I do this? Did I go right the way up? I think I did, didn't I? Just trying to remember how I had my hands that I was holding it in place. Now I'm going to start off with, I'm going up to that pencil mark there, because I can match up with that side there. And I need it to come over here. So let's just get this first one going. Okay, so that's by my start line, and I'm just going to cover that bit up. And then with my ribbon scissors, I'm just going to cut that off. You see what happened when I had the bigger butterfly, I was cutting the edge off really close to the edge and it really was not good. Now I'm going to leave that there as my guide, and I'm going to come over this bit and try and get my angle the same as that one. And if I move that back, I can see that that's straight. Okay, so now that you've done that bit, you can cut this off because they're all going to be lining up on the ribbon beforehand. I can't remember when this ribbon was available. Now the next one you need to go so that that little edging there overlaps that edging, and the reason why I say to overlap is so that you, once you turn this over, you can't see through. So if I pop that over there, okay, and then make sure you've got the same amount of ribbon showing that side as you have that side. Now because this isn't going to start overlapping yet, I'm going to go and do another piece. Make sure that is overlapping again. Cut that off. Okay, so can you see how I'm going? I'm going to do two pieces on the opposite side, and then I think I will probably start coming, because it is going to be coming down over the antenna next. Okay. I'm going to just cover that little edging. Make sure it sticks down on the snail, and then cut that off. And then I'm going to do another one, making sure that I've got the same amount of ribbon exposed on both sides, up there and down here. And yes, I can see we are ready to start getting it across the antenna. Okay, so now we come down to this side. You do one side, then the next, then the next, then the next. And this is where it's important to start watching. Okay, so I've got my centre lined up there and lined up there. And it's always the second one that you can line up to be the centre. You can't get them both lining up to be the centre. And the other thing is, when you come to do pieces like this, you find that you're running out of snail up there. There's nothing there to adhere, so you need to put some more up there. I know. Where's my... there it is. Oops. Oh, I didn't blend that in, did I? I'll do that afterwards. There we go. So lining them both up. Covering up the edge on that one. Make sure I'm allowing enough ribbon to stick. No, it's gone too low. too low. Come on, move up a bit. I think it's because I haven't got my head right over this. That's better. There's my tweezers. Here they are. That looks a little bit loose. You want to pull it tightish, but if you pull it too tight, you're just going to make it ping off of the opposite end. Right, now this is the second piece. So this is where this is going to cross over. Let's have some more snail up there. Okay, I'm having to guess that this is lining up. I would say that that is, because the line is down here and I'm guessing it for where it crosses over at that point there. I'm going to cut that one off. Cut that piece off. And then come this side, cover up that little edge, go over the ribbon, and then this side, just make sure you've got enough adhesive both sides. Get yourself lined up. Yes, that looks good. Obviously, if you do a flower or something, you don't have to worry about starting off over here. It was because I had the antenna there that I had to take into account. Right, now the next one. Now, it's not easy doing it with these fingers, but it's not as bad as it could have been. There we go. And we just keep going until the whole of the butterfly is covered. Let's get that back on the centre. Make sure the crossover is there. That's more or less in the centre. And then the other side. Now this one should line up. Yes, that's good. Need a bit more sticky. That's better. Then we'll go back this side. Looks like you need some as well. And then the last bit gets done really surprisingly quickly. In fact, you don't need to have such a long piece there. Move over a bit. That's it. One more here. We can always go and trim these bits off at the end before we put our cover over it. One more here. Right. This is the last one for this side. And this is the last one for this side. Okay, so you get quite a nice pattern on there, but you can see why I like the shiny. It gives you like two different colours. It's a bit like velvet, isn't it? You brush it one way, and that's what a butterfly looks like. Isn't that gorgeous? And that is more or less down here. That one looks as if it's escaped, but never mind. That is pretty good. So I'm just going to cut off some of these end pieces. These ones are a bit too tall. Come on. It's because I'm trying to cut through ribbon and glue or snail. Let's just go do a couple of these, that's okay. There we go. Okay. Now you can see why I like to have another backing sheet on here. So which is mine? Oh, that was it, wasn't it? Because it's top sheet. Okay, so what I do is I put glue on the outside of the ribbons, but I hold my piece of paper so that I can see where the actual die cut is. The last thing you want is to put any ribbon, any glue on the ribbon that's going to be seen through, because it will look like watermarks. It will look as if you've got a splash of water on there. If you're not sure, because that is quite thick and it's very difficult to see through, what did I do with the die cut? I wouldn't have got rid of it. I said I'd think, oh, here we go. go. You can line that up more or less. Okay, so that's that. Now for the rest of it, I'm going to put the glue on this, because this one is 1/8 of an inch smaller all around. This is like my top layer, whereas that one is my middle layer. That's not clever. Now if you do find that you have gone very much to the edge and you can't cut it, once you've done your gluing, peg the two bits together so that it stays. Now I need my card base. I'm going to pop that on there. I think these colours go together nicely. Now I didn't do a very good on gluing my two layers together, and in a way it's good because I can show you what will happen if you don't glue it properly. Let me just get this positioned. That's right. Now can you see here that that has come away from the white bit underneath there? Okay, so I'm going to try and put a little bit of glue on there to get it closed. Now it's very difficult to try and do it now without getting glue onto. I can't see whether I've got any glue on there even. No. So let's put it on the Designer Series paper rather than the cardstock. Come on. Oh yes, you are letting some out. Right, where's my little bit of kitchen roll? I'm going to lay that under there because I really don't want to get any Tombow onto my ribbon. That's it. That's that. Now let's do this one. God, I don't like fiddly things like this. I'd rather do fussy cutting. Right. Come on, don't stick, please. That's it. Now you can stick. That's it. Good. Okay. Right. Now, like that, that looks plain. It needs something, and this is why I cut the body off to put it onto there. I won't use those scissors. I'll use these. In fact, I'm not going to spend too long doing this. Did I leave the antenna on that one? No, I didn't. I took them off. Okay. Just cut it so that you don't show that you've cut any bits off. There we go, that's one side. Actually, this might fall apart as well, mightn't it? Yes, it did. It doesn't matter because I don't need it to be on the white there. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pop it there and there so the body is back in place. In fact, I didn't do that very well, did I? I blame my fingernails for that. Now, Tombow will make this stick to the ribbon. Right, I'm going to blot that on my piece of kitchen towel. Okay, so that looks much better like that. Next I did this bit. I'm going to put the Calypso Coral. If I decide that I really don't like it, what I'm going to do is I will stamp another one and just adhere it over the top of this. Because at the moment it doesn't look as if I've got anything Calypso Coral on the front of my card. Okay, and I'm going to pop that on with dimensionals. Oops. And then I'll add some bling. I was hoping to be able to use the champagne coloured rhinestones, but I'm not sure that the colour's going to be right for that. And for all of these I've been going off centre. Now come up a bit. No, I'm going to go centre with this one. Right, let's get rid of this rubbish. Inside the card I'm going to add this. In fact, where's my butterfly? I need to, let's use the back of that. Yep. Blend that in, and I use the dark, so saffron. When you're blending, it is better for you to leave the first layer to dry before you start trying to blend, but you don't have to leave it as long as I've left this one. I think those colours have gone together really well, don't you? There we go. So let's pop this in first. I think I had the orange down at the bottom, did I? Yes, the darkest bit. Yes, and then I can put my butterfly here. Okay, so bling. What did I use? Oh, just knocked a fingernail off. Don't look. Rhinestone. Oh, here they are. Well, there's nothing I can do. I could use Tombow to put it back on again, I suppose, couldn't I? Oh, I don't think this is going to work. Oh, maybe. Is that the biggest one? No, come on, go over the join. That's better. One more. A smaller one. There we go. Did I decorate any further? Just put some things on there. I think this looks a bit bland. What does it need? Okay, can you let me know? I'm going to put some gems there. I think we'll have the medium ones there. And that one there. If I think of anything else to do to decorate this, I will do it before I post the photograph on my blog tomorrow morning. Oh, there we go. That's today's card. I feel that we need something up here. suggestions on a postcard, please. That one I think is a lot better because it's got more pattern on it. That's what's missing on there. And this one's got quite a lot anyway. So what do you think about that? It's an interesting technique, isn't it? I hope you like it. I hope you give it a try. I'll put the measurements of the card and the layers in the box below the video, together with the metric and the North American sizes. I'll list out all the products that I've used. I think that ribbon has retired. That's a current one, and that's the same. And I will leave a link to all the products in my 24/7 online Stampin' Up shop. If you do shop with me, please use the March HOSTESS code when you place your order, and then I can send you free product when I send you your happy mail after the end of the month. Nowadays, because of Brexit, it's taking about 10 days for my orders come through, so it'll be within the first 2 weeks sometime. But it will definitely be coming. I won't let you down. If you've enjoyed my video and would like to be notified each time I upload a new one, please click on the subscribe button in the bottom right hand corner, and then click on the bell to say that you would like the notifications. Many thanks for joining me today. Please take very good care, stay safe, and I look forward to seeing you next week. Take care. Cheerio.